Today I'm going to teach you how to create a routine that will actually systematically get you into a better sleeping pattern so that you wake up feeling more refreshed, you wake up easier, and you wake up ready to start your day. Sasha, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me. I teach holistic solutions for mind, body, spirit. Let's get started. The best thing about a sleeping routine or a night routine that prepares you for sleep is that you get into that pattern, that systematic body triggering pattern, so that your mind, your body, and your spirit are all relaxed and ready to just go to sleep so that you can wake up feeling refreshed. I'm going to share with you my routine and my systems to help create triggers. Now, a trigger is basically something that starts to stimulate your body in a certain way or trigger it that this is now a time where we're going to start to emphasize relaxation. We're going to start to emphasize a hormonal release and a chemical release that will actually aid in my sleep. I'm going to show you how I do that. And then I'm also going to show you a couple of the things that I do that actually help create longer sleep patterns. So you really get into that quality REM sleep and you stay in that quality REM sleep until you're ready to wake up feeling refreshed. Okay, so this is the very first step. So I will do my workout. I do nighttime workouts because morning workouts do not work well for me and my kids' schedules. So I do about a 30 to 60 minute workout on my elliptical, then I do stretching, and then I do breathing. And then what I do is I make myself a wonderful cup of tea. These are my favorite cups of tea. You don't have to buy these, whatever you have local. If you already have a favorite, that's fantastic. But I use a chamomile or a chamomile lavender. And I have found that these two are just absolutely stunning. That whatever the temperature that you can stand drinking in, and then pretty much you're going to drink that for the rest of the evening. Usually 10 o'clock is a trigger for most people where your liver starts to actually start to do some detoxing. So I would recommend doing this around like an 8 or 9 o'clock time frame. So you're rested and you're already in bed by the time your liver starts to detox your body. The next thing I'll do is I will do some oil rolling. And so I use a couple different oils. I love this one. I just got this. This is brand new for me. But it's just a nighttime routine facial oil. And this, I just put on my skin and then I roll my skin. And I'll show you how I do that in just a second. But then I will literally turn on my steamer. Let's see, the light's going to shift here because now you've probably heard before that blue lights are bad for you when you want to actually go to sleep. So I use a nice pink soothing light. There we go. You can kind of see the steam coming up now. And so I have inside of this, I actually have just straight lavender. When you actually go to sleep, your eyes will open slightly. So if you are finding that you are waking up feeling really with dry eyes, your eyes hurt or they burn, your eyes might be opening a little bit more than they should and you're losing lubrication. And so what that does, it actually puts strain on the eye and it will wake you up naturally. And it will also give you possibly some forehead pain, some head pain. That head pain can turn into a headache. And so I have found, I've been doing this for years, I usually get them and then I stretch them out for a while. You can put them on a baseball cap, you can put them around a book, but I usually stretch mine out so they're really, really loose, but it does keep my eyes flat and my eyes wake up feeling wonderful. So I no longer have any dry eyes, irritated, scratchy, red eyes, anything like that. I no longer have to use eye drops. I used to use eye drops every single day. So I'm going to rock you through one of the things that I do every night to relieve tension and help me sleep better. So basically the meridian lines on your face. So your forehead right here, under your eyes, your temples, above your lip and your chin, and you can even go as low right here below the collarbone. These points hold a lot of stress and strain throughout your body. So if you can alleviate any of that stress and strain just before you go to sleep, you'll sleep better and you'll actually wake up feeling a lot better. So what I use, you can use any kind of oil. You can use a coconut oil, you can use apricot oil, almond oil, you can use really anything, even olive oil, whatever you have in your house. So you take any kind of oil that you want to use and just apply it. However, I'm just dripping this into my hand here. And they're just going to use the soft pads of your skin and apply it, not on the eyes, but around the eyes, around the forehead. If you have any spots that you might be getting worried about with any kind of aging spots or wrinkles or deep crevices, apply the oil to those locations. And this is going to happen typically one of the first steps of my nighttime routine. Because what I'm doing is I'm applying this oil and then I'm going to give it time to actually absorb into my skin before I put my mask on and go to sleep. So this is going to be the very beginning. So as you apply the oil, make sure you get it in. I am actually 38, so I like to emphasize right around the eyes, right around the face here, the forehead, and the neck, especially the throat. Just get the oil everywhere. Then I take, this is a quartz crystal one. I also have a jade roller. The jade roller I use for my morning routine, and that I keep in the refrigerator so it's nice and cold. This one just sits on the nightstand, so it's basically room temperature depending upon the temperature of the room during the season. The larger portion is for the larger areas of your face, and then the smaller portion is for the littler areas of your face. And then you just want to kind of squish up or apply out. And so you're just going to kind of go along your meridian line here. And then I get a lot of tension in the eyebrow area, this nerve that goes up through the head. So I will usually emphasize that area because that's the first spot I get headaches when, especially if my kids are acting out and driving me nuts. I love them, but they're children. And so if I've had a particularly stressful day with work and kids, then I will really emphasize this spot. And then literally, if you feel a lot of tension there, you can always just go along the line. You're just going to kind of push out. And then you can go up into your head, right in here into your crown chakra area, the meridian point right here. And then I'm just going to do this kind of fast. So then I would go around my temples. I'm going to go out from the face, just kind of out there. And then I'm going to go kind of down the jawbone. This is wonderful if you have any kind of clenching of the teeth, or if you get stressed and do a lot of, kind of clenching of your jaw. This area is wonderful with a roller, just because it kind of takes all those little adhesions you might get from a tight jaw and kind of stretches them out. And then whatever you do, you want to be symmetrical. So if you're going to do one side, do the other side as well. And then take the little part, and that's where you go under your eyes. And maybe you're squishing kind of out. And you don't want to go too light. This isn't like a light touch. You really want to kind of, squish your face. The reason why is because as you squish your face, you're relieving tension, but you're also creating circulation, which is wonderful for wrinkles. It's wonderful for collagen development. So it'll trigger your body to actually make more collagen, which especially for women is always valuable. And you should not have a reaction to this. You should not have any kind of reaction. If you're sensitive to metals, maybe try to get this is a stainless steel one. My other one is copper. So you might want to just kind of check on the metals. And then you're just going to go down your throat. And then I kind of go to the back because that's where I hold a lot of my tension also, back of the neck. You can kind of go back behind the ears. That's also really nice. And then again, other side. And then right around, move my necklace, right around, I was just tapping that spot, right around just below the collarbone on both sides. This is, and I was really tapping. So right around here. And now I have extremely sensitive skin. So if I apply any pressure to my skin, it does get red and kind of pink. So you'll notice that I do get a little bit of pink. In about 2 minutes, that'll be totally done and it's totally fine. And then it'll go away. And so I might go up here. If you get a lot of headaches or tension around your forehead, you can always go up. It's totally fine. That spot for me feels great. and then whatever, and then however long you want to do this. So this is what it looks like. You can pick this up at most beauty places now, or Amazon or anywhere else online. And then again, this is the pink quartz. They come in a lot of different varieties. I also have a jade one that I really like, and that one I keep in the refrigerator really cold, and that's my morning routine. But I'll show you that. And the next thing I'm going to show you is actually the oils on the feet. So the next thing I do is I apply an immunity boosting oil to my feet every single day. And this one right here has coconut oil, is the carrier oil, clove, cinnamon, lemon, eucalyptus, and rosemary. And so this is a rollerball version. So I literally just apply this to the back of my toes every single night. And that's about it. You can rub it in. I just personally leave it. And the next one I apply, sometimes I use a roller, sometimes I just use a regular bottle, is a Sweet Dreams version from Vitality Extracts. I love them. And this one has orange oil, juniper berry, lavender, germain oil, chamomile oil, coriander seed oil, and that's all of it. And this one, it smells so good. It does not smell like lavender. So if you're not a big fan of lavender, you can use something like this. I'll put it on my hand. And again, using the soft part of my foot, I rub it into the arch. So I rub it nice and deep into the arch of the foot and then just kind of let it there. And then I will put on some kind of fun, like soft sock. And then that's how I personally sleep. So I have a nice relaxing sock. These are from Dollar Tree. So these are not fancy, eucalyptus socks or anything like that. But the oil's on there. Now the oil is a quality oil. So it's not oily. It is actually a really good therapeutic, wonderful medicinal grade oil. And so it'll just soak into the feet. The feet are connected throughout your entire body and all the way up to your brain. So anything you can do to relax and calm the feet literally help. And then what I do is I just do a twisting. So I'll kind of stretch my foot and then just kind of like stretch it back down this way. And then I do a twist. And this just kind of helps stimulate the relaxation. If you've been walking a lot or standing a lot all day long, this is wonderful. And this is going to be, a minute or less, maybe 30 seconds per foot. And just a little bit of squeezing and then a little bit, again, stretching down, stretching out, and then I'm done. Sometimes I like to rub my feet together, but the oils just soak on through and those will just carry right through your bloodstream and help soothe and relax. So one of the last things I do is after I apply oil to my feet, I will go ahead and apply the same oil to my wrists, just literally straight on the wrists. Again, oil is one of those few things that will go past the blood-bone barrier and literally kind of seep through your body and flow through the bloodstream and literally kind of make it to the brain. So any of these chemicals, make sure you're using high quality therapeutic grade oils. And then my nighttime trigger though is literally to go ahead and as my head hits the pillow and I've got my mask on, I've listened to my meditation, I'm literally kind of going out. I do a quick gratitude for everyone in my family. And I say them by name. So I'll do a gratitude for my husband, whose name is Jonathan. I do a gratitude for each of my children. I do one for each of my pets. I do one for myself and my health and my brain. And then I do, if I'm still alert, usually I'm asleep by that point. But if I'm still alert, then I'll kind of run through my business and I'll run through like my home and my neighborhood and kind of, go from there. So typically what you'll find, your actual routine, once you get a system in place, 30 minutes, maybe. Like tops, your routine is probably going to be more like maybe 5 to 20 minutes at the most, realistically. And you'll find that once you put these habits into place, the triggers themselves. So you don't have to do everything. I do things because I want to have oil on my skin and I really, really like it. I find it very soothing for me. But if you don't like doing that, it's totally fine. But whatever trigger you put in place, usually after a couple days, you'll be like, oh, I wanted to do this. After a month, your body will be in the routine, so it'll become normal. And then the longer you do it, the more trigger effective your trigger becomes. Put those triggers into place and you'll find that your sleeping becomes so much easier and it's no longer a hassle to get to sleep and you no longer feel drained when you wake up and you actually get to have a relaxed, refreshed morning because you put these triggers into place. So I hope this helps. I hope you use some of these tips and I really would love to hear from you and see what you use because I'm always on the lookout for new ideas and ways to kind of help get sleeping even more relaxing. So I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.